Hello, friends, again in the channel. This is the last part of the video, part 5 of written communication. This is the source of the whole material that I have taken from this book, as you know. And today's part is this electronic correspondence in this business communication. In the part of written communication, writing project to writing minutes of a meeting we have completed. And this is the fifth part, electronic correspondence, and a very significant and important part that is to deal with. Now, today's topic is this. So, without wasting time, let us move on to the first, the digital world in business communication. First, you have to understand what is this digital world. Business communication, you have already understood. This is the term when you need to understand what is this digital world, a very renowned, very relevant term in today's context. The digital world suggests, say, different kind of businesses are always there in today's scenario. So the necessity of information dissemination is ever increasing. And because of this, the uninitiated who are not even started anything, are looking for the information on some suitable business proposition, its pros and cons, while some others are looking for financial assistance for their projects. It is very natural. And in this scenario, in this present context, the where digital world is so much powerful and elaborating its aspects throughout the world, government of India came up with the Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI, in 1990. And in so doing, also decided to launch a website for SIDBI, which would provide information virtually on aspects of micro, small, and medium business enterprises. So, anyone with moderate English knowledge or knowledge of English and the knowledge on internet are immensely benefited from the links shared by the website. Despite being one of the earliest attempts digitalizing information related to business, the SIDBI website was for quite some time one of the easiest to grasp and browse. So people were benefited from this website. Naturally, people were interested in the digital world, marketing world, or digitalization, etc. Now, several websites set up by various government departments are providing access to information and allow the general public to download forms, apply for services, etc. with relative case. Even if you're not interested, you can have all the websites, the names of the websites launched by different departments of government of India. So this becomes easier today. So overall today, the communication technology is evolving at a rapid pace. We have at our disposal a wide range of electronic media facilitating business communication as ever, never before. So naturally, you can understand that in today's context, in today's world, the digital world is so significant that you cannot escape of this world. You need to have an interest in the digital world. Without it, you cannot prosper, you cannot progress. Now, what is digital and social media? See here, digital media for business communication is a consideration that has become inseparable and from any entrepreneurial project as hard copy. Hard copy means printed copy, oriented interaction, and correspondence is getting replaced by soft copy, that is electronic copy. So presently, various forms of digital and social media options have emerged. And there are the following certain major digital and social media options. So, what you have to do right now, you need to involve yourself into the digitalization, into the digital world, so that you will be a part of digital India, or rather than digitalization of the world. So, these are the following options that you can have. There on the left side, you have the names, on the right side, you have the descriptions. Email, IM, that is instant messaging, web content, social networks, blogging, audio or video logs, video online or online video. These are the social media options that you can easily opt into. Naturally, when you are going through all of this, I am not going into the detail of the descriptions. You can have already it. Even if you cannot go through during the video, you can have the PDF format in the video or in the description section. So from there, you can have all the details here. So, what you need to therefore understand that these are the social and digital media factors, options which you can opt for your better purpose, which you can go through for your better enhancement, your digitalization. your improvement in the digital world, in the social media context. And I know you are very much involved in the social media context, like in Facebook, like in WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, etc. These are also the digitalization factors related to digital media and digital world. Here you have to understand, which I know very well that you know very well about it, this email. But here you need to understand that you have to answer if the question is asked, what is an email and how to write an email, or what are the parts of an email, that you need to understand. And this is not an easy task. Here I'm going to provide you the detailed informations about the email. Email has been still as the most preferred medium of e-correspondence for many companies. This has become so. Why? Because emails happen to be the only widely available e-medium for written messages, and also because emails are extremely user-friendly both for the sender and the receiver. So this is not a era where you need to write letters, which we used to do earlier ages. Our passion for writing letters is also gone. So this is a time where you need to provide informations through email, where you have to update yourself, where you need to be very specific about your demands and etc. So this email will help you in understanding that. Writing an email is very easy. First, you need to understand the basic difference between business and personal email. So there are two types of emails. One is business email, another is personal email. And what is the basic difference? At its most fundamental level, emails are two types, as I have said, that personal and business. Business emails are formal in nature, and personal emails are informal, just like the letters, formal letters and personal letters. In the same way, emails are based on this. Emails are separated into these two groups based on their formal and informal nature. Now, point to note here that a disregard to this basic distinction can lead to serious consequences. Yes, since in legal terms, emails carry the same weight as printed materials or documents, emails can be used as evidence in the court of law. Hence, while writing emails for business purposes, one should be responsible and cautious in order to avoid troublesome counteractions. So you have to, therefore, you have to understand that you need to realize the difference between a personal email and a business email, or emails written to a company. Now we are going to deal with how to write an email. The first point is an email ID. What is an email ID? The first indicator of the sender's professionalism is his or her email ID. So your professionalism is based on your creation of email ID. Do not create anything usually or very casually. It should ideally be a simple and easy to remember name, surname, year of birth, and the email ID is acceptable. One should refrain from using flashy email ID, for this is certainly not the area to display one's creativity. So you need to be very simple, very formal in your writing an email ID or creating an email ID, because email ID will give you the first impression about yourself. The second point of writing an email is the subject line of an email. The subject line of an email might appear as a small detail, but in actuality, it is one of the most vital sections. It is the area which prompts the recipient to determine which emails are to be read and when they are to be read. Hence, in business correspondence, the subject line should be brief, informative, and persuasive. Remember this: brief, informative, and persuasive. Moreover, certain email programs reveal the first few words of the email to the recipient even before it is opened. Therefore, it is required that the first few lines of the email be attention grabbing. First few lines of the email be attention grabbing. So just like as if you are creating a very interesting and creative thing or creative idea, where the recipient will read the first few lines of your email, and immediately that person will get what you want to say or what you want to convey through your emails. So the first few lines are very important and should be attention grabbing or catchy. And the subject line should be, as I said, brief, informative, and persuasive. Don't worry, I have already written them in bold colors. Third number is the length of the email. The email should not be so brief that it reads like a text message, or it should not be so long that it looks like an article. Remember that. Ideally, medium length emails are best suited for business communication, for they are easy to compose and to read. Low value emails and long message chains are to be strictly avoided, for such emails generate frustration to the principal recipient, who might stop reading the emails out of sheer boredom. So, if your emails are too long or it is too short has this criteria that yes, it is not like an email, it's like a text message, or if it is too long, the recipient will not read your email because it will create boredom in the person who is reading your email. So remember that it should not be too long, should not be too brief. It must be medium length emails, and that is best suited for you for the business communication for the purpose of a business. It may be that emoticons express emotions aptly where words fail, but they are best suited in casual communications, not in business communications. In business correspondence, emoticons are widely regarded as unprofessional. And therefore, in emails related to business, emoticons has to be avoided. So, the idea that you need to remember in your head or keep in your mind that emoticons should not be used in business correspondence, business emails. That should be avoided. And this is very strict rule. So the length of the email, as you can understand here, it is given. The number four and the last one is the readable font. And this is also another significant point. One should also be careful about the readable font for typing the mail. The widely preferred form is Times New Roman or Arial and must, as a rule, stick to a white background. Using colored fonts are considered amateurish in business emails, so one should refrain from using them. So never use the colored fonts because it will show your immature brain. Also, all caps are never to be used in business correspondences. You cannot write emails penning or on by keeping your caps lock on. That is unprofessional. We have to understand how to complete an email. This is how to read an email and what points should be on focus. This is time when you need to understand how to complete an email. So, particularly for important business emails, one should revise the content and use spelling and grammar checks before hitting the send button. An email signature file, including the sender's full name, designation, contact address, and phone number, should be created prior to composing the email, and email system should be so set that the file is automatically included at the end of the email. Remember that the sender's full name, designation, contact address, and phone number. These are the factors that should be present in your email. So this is the email signature file. The CC, that is courtesy copy, and BCC, the blind courtesy copy, fields are to be used with discretion. When you want to send a copy of the email to someone and you want all other recipients to see this, you include that email address under CC. On the other hand, when you do not want others to know the CC recipient, you can BCC the recipient instead. Remember, the question may be asked the difference between CC and BCC of 2 marks, and this is the answer that you need to provide with example. Well, if you provide example, it will be better. If you don't, just write this. So this is the difference between CC and BCC that we all know, but we have no the proper idea how to write it down. Finally, if the email is to have an attachment, one should make certain that it is indeed attached. Yes, oftentimes what I have also committed certain mistakes are like mistakes like this, that I thought that all the attachment was there, but after sending the email, after hitting the send button, when I go back to the sent mail, I found that there was no attachment. So remember very carefully that you need to attach the file before hitting the send button. Remember this, do slowly, and then you will have the proper justification for your email. Not only that, you will have a proper idea how to write an email, and your email will be valued there. Now, this the time comes when we need to give at least one example of a business email. You can have several other examples of business email. Perhaps you have already written such business emails earlier, but this is one example how to write a business email. For example, this is the application of internship. So two is the name of the email ID at media_hire@gmail.com. Subject, application for an internship in sales and marketing. And this is how you need to write complete email. And this is the process. I'm not repeating the email, just go to the email as you can have on the screen, you will have on the PDF version. So just read through these emails and find certain other emails or try to write down certain other emails in the same way. So this is the format. This is how you need to work out. Hope you have understood. The last section as comes is the review questions. These are the 6 review questions that I have formulated here. Objective, short answer, long answer type questions. These questions have already been answered throughout the video. So if you do not find here, just go back and find out what are the answers. Thank you very much for watching this video. I need to make it shorter because time is ticking. Just go through the whole video and then you can have all the ideas that you need to know. Stay healthy, stay blessed. Thank you.